Yo, 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 what is going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown, episode 568. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
What's up, people? How's it going?
Carlos Romero. Hey, what's up? I don't know what Carlos is.
Hey, guys.
Wait, Carlos?
Testing.
There you are. Say something.
Oh, hey, what up, people?
We got Brett Murdoch in the house.
What up, people?
The returning one, Mr. Richard Bailey Jr.
What's up, everybody?
And of course, Brian Manjoma.
So did Ubisoft also cancel the stock?
To quote Rich, we will talk about that. But yes, we have returned. Adam, we don't know if he's going to show up. Chris is not going to show up. He told me he's out of it. So it is what it is, man. But we're here, and Kuel is here early. This guy, I love how we're an hour into the show, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I missed the show again." So you're actually here on time. And yes, some of us in the East Coast are indeed. Actually, it's not just the East Coast. There's a lot of America's going to hit by that fucking snowstorm. So get ready,
Oh yeah,
man.
A huge chunk
I count for
of
two
the country.
of the old men.
You do, yeah. So I think everybody here is going to get affected, basically, except for Brian.
He's like, don't send any snow my way, please.
Yeah. Otaku man, what's going on, brother? It's another one. 13 degrees. Where you at, bro? Man, it was not fun the beginning of this week. Although I gotta say, man, having temperatures of 25 is nothing compared to the ending of December when it was like fucking 10 and shit. I was like, when you go like, oh, it's 25, this is great,
Bro, have you seen the warning zone for exploding trees?
We're not going to go down that rabbit hole, but I have seen just the headline exploding trees. Like, what the fuck is that? Bro. Hold on.
Trees
please answer this for me. They're frozen, they just explode?
Okay, so when so part of this is going to sound like, Bill Nye dumb stuff, but when things freeze, they expand, right?
Yeah.
And so like all the liquid in the trees, when they get down to -20, it gets to a point where the thermal expansion crosses a critical threshold and the tree just fucking explodes.
That makes sense.
It's got a lot of energy built up at a coiled spring, and I guess apparently -20 is the threshold where trees just start fucking exploding. And I'm pretty sure it's only certain kinds, because fir trees are, and they're going to be prepared for that kind of shit. But yeah, there's going to be certain trees that are just be pushing up from the southern areas that are not going to survive -20.
Yeah. Hey, Brett, you'll appreciate this. So Otaku Man, he's from Missouri, and he's originally from Detroit. Kind of similar to you.
Oh, shit. All right.
Pretty dope. It's mostly, Coel says, if the sap freezes, it can explode. It's mostly broadleaf trees. Yeah, because they're not used to those kind of temperatures,
Yep.
So
I didn't know if it was the sap or the liquid. I don't know. I can't say with certainty that sap freezes.
Yeah. Missouri is getting 8 to 12 inches. Get ready, people. I knew in New York we're getting 6 or some shit, which is not fun, All right, man, let's get into it. Video games. Let's start with what are these video games? Let's start with the Xbox Developer Direct. It is the, January. We always get one of these every single January. So
did they do a shadow drop? Did they drop some game that they just showed up on there, say it's coming out right now?
Maybe. I didn't see it, so I don't know. I
didn't see it either.
I'm just hopefully somebody on the show did see it. I'm just reading this off GameSpot here. All right, the first game they showed, and I did see some clips. Forza Horizon. Okay, Forza Horizon 6. The leaks were true about the release date, May 19th. And the PlayStation version will be coming out later. So this one takes place in Tokyo, I believe. In Japan, it says. Looks fucking dope, man. It looks really nice, I must say, Is anybody excited for Forza Horizons 6? Don't let me stop you all at once.
I know
Whoa.
it's going to be the greatest game ever created.
You see this, Rich, man? Everybody's excited on this podcast. Yeah. Why don't you start us off, Rich? We haven't heard from you in a while, man. Actually, first of all, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I must apologize. I was not here because I was still in Boston.
Oh, good.
Ended up getting, I ended up getting stuck over there with all the snow, and then I come back and find out it's actually going to be raining and snowing here this upcoming weekend. So, very interesting.
You bring it with you, man. It came with you.
That's very possible. Yes, it's very possible.
So yeah, Rich, what's your take on Forza?
Okay, so yeah, it's a very safe bet for playground games. So I mean, I saw it. I thought, okay, this is good. It's pretty much I know what to expect from them. I don't know if I would say I'm excited for it because we knew it was coming. I know about their pedigree, what they can do. But yeah, that's good. Some more racing games because we already know that the regular Forza Motorsport series is not. I think that's over with. Let's just stick to Horizon because that's the one they know is actually working. So
that's because they fired everybody on that last game, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Carlos? I know you're excited.
Forza Horizon games, I think I played like maybe 3 of them. One of them because it was in Mexico.
Okay.
So we'll see about this one. It looks good. I mean, all the games look good and they review pretty well. So, people really enjoy them. And apparently it sells better on PlayStation than Gears. So, a lot of people are excited for this franchise. So, I have my eyes peeled for this. Not really sold yet, but you never know. And it's going to be on Game Pass. Excuse me?
Yeah. Jeffrey says, I didn't see the trailer, but is it true they teased a mech race? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm telling you,
that
they
is true.
They did, Rich. Oh shit.
I think that people are saying that's Voltron. The tease at the very end.
Oh
shit.
So that's probably like some DLC. They have those little collaborations they do.
They need Godzilla in this bitch, man.
And Mecha Godzilla.
And Mecha, both just in the background fighting, That'd be crazy. So yeah, there you go. If you're a Forza Horizon fan, it's coming. All right, next up here we have Beast of Reincarnation from the Pokemon Studio. Pokemon Game Freak, that's what they're called. This one looks interesting to say the least. Action. It says it's both action and turn-based RPG gameplay. That is interesting. I'm reading this off of GameSpot. Build as one person, one dog action RPG. Beast of Reincarnation blends 2 distinct gameplay styles together: fast-paced katana action with the protagonist Emma and a command-based system for support skills that Ku, I'm guessing that's the name of the dog, can unleash, similar to a turn-based RPG. Game Freak says you don't have to rely on raw action skills alone to survive. As well, time parries can earn you points that you can use to activate the dog's skills. Okay, that's kind of interesting. What do you guys think about this game?
It looks interesting. It's one of those, when we first saw it, it looks like not even a Souls-like game. It's more like a Woo type game, like inspired type game. So I don't know. The visuals look interesting. I mean, it's the only game that I'll ever play from Game Freak that's not a Pokemon game. So I'm curious just to see how well they can pull this off. So yeah, nothing stood out more than what we've seen previously. It was mostly, the developer talking about, what's in the game. But we didn't really see, stuff that was completely different from previous titles or previous showcases.
Yeah.
Maybe except the skill tree stuff.
Maybe, yeah. What did you think, Rich?
Well, I actually do agree with what Carlos said. It reminds me of other games I've already played. it is interesting because I do want to see how they pull this off, and hopefully there will not be any lawsuits that that happen as a result of them releasing this game. But I mean, yeah, it looks interesting. It is coming to everything, so it is like a third-party title. It'll be on PlayStation as well. So yeah, definitely curious to learn more. But yeah, I thought it was, again, it feels like it's very familiar, like Carlos said. Reminded me of the Wu games, Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers, so on and so forth. But yeah, I definitely need to see some more.
By the way, is that what we're officially going to call these games? Wu games?
Well, I mean, they're all stuff like Wu Chang and Wu Clang.
I'm just saying, we want to make it official. We could do it tonight.
I mean, the only other thing that I can think of is sort of like the Wu-Tang Clan of video games or something like that. But I don't know.
You know, they're nothing to fuck with, man.
You know?
By the way, who did see this entire direct here? Just so I'm sure.
Oh, not me.
I saw the majority of it because I was coming back here right around the time that they were showing Forza. So yeah, I saw all of it.
Okay,
sure.
So I'm definitely going to be leaning on you more for this segment.
Okay.
Next up, we have Kiln. It's a Double Fine game, it seems like. That's interesting. It's a team-based multiplayer party brawler with pottery, and it's going to release this year. Rich, what is this about?
Okay, well, first and foremost, I saw a lot of people speculating online what the fourth game was going to be. That because every time they have one of these shows, is a mystery game what the fourth game is. So when I saw people talking about that, then I knew, okay, I'm going to keep my expectations low because you already know what the deal is. So I will say this, Double Fine, they released a game last year called The Keeper. I think that game was pretty good, but it came out at a time where there were a whole bunch of other games out, so it kind of didn't get that much attention. I know Double Fine normally has the Day of the Devs events, which are actually really good. They have them at Summer Game Fest. They have them at PAX, so on and so forth. So they play a big role in helping a lot of indie developers get their games out. So I don't have an issue with them wanting to do, now again, they do their own thing with their own games. This particular game, I mean, it looks interesting as a party type of game. I can understand the concept because they spent a lot of time talking about this also. And that's the one thing I was like, okay, maybe a little bit too much time talking about this game, unless it was coming out right now, which it isn't. It's coming out, I think, sometime in the summer.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, I think, listen, I reward them to have the creativity to do different things. I don't know if this is a game that's for me per se, but somebody might be interested in trying it out. If you ask me to play this game or the Keeper game, I'm going to play the Keeper game. That's just my opinion. But I do think it's good for them to keep doing these different ideas, putting stuff out there and see what people like to play. So I give them credit for that. But if I was to make a decision about was this a good enough announcement for this particular showcase, I mean, it's okay. But if you're going to release a fourth game, I think it should be something different because the last time they did this, the fourth game was Ninja Gaiden 4. So that's why I said, yeah, okay. Very interesting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll see about that. Kuel says Kiln will either be huge or fall flat on his face. Probably the latter. Actually, no, it's double. It's Double Fine. It'll be probably fine.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be more than fine.
It'll be double fine.
It's one of those, Double Fine games. They're sort of middle of the pack games. They do pretty decent, but it's not something that's gonna blow everyone's socks off like any AAA type title or even some of those great indie games that pop up like Expedition. It just sort of they stay their own lane for the most part.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, and then the big one here, Fable, which I assumed was going to get delayed It looks like it isn't. Granted, we don't have a hard release date yet, but it still could be delayed. But I thought this was going to be just non-existent. But yeah, they had a deep dive on Fable, and again, I didn't see the showcase, so I can't speak much about it. But people seem to like it, which is interesting because everybody was hating on it before. But Rich, what's your take on it?
Yeah, I think it was very clear from this presentation that, like they said, we have been working on this title for a very long time. I can tell that, obviously Playground. My question when they announced that they were going to be working on this is how they were going to do this, because clearly Playground is known for Forza Horizon. And then they had mentioned when they were talking about it, we brought in another team to help us focus on making this particular game. So overall, I mean, they showed some combat that looked pretty interesting. All the promises of what you would imagine is in a Fable game, they talked about a lot of that stuff and how it is in this game. It pretty much is a very similar type of experiences. I will say I was impressed by the fact that Playground, because I had concerns when I heard they were working on this. I didn't know if there's something that they can pull off. But overall, I would think what I saw today looked pretty good. Would I say that I'm excited for it? Absolutely not. Because there are a ton of other RPGs that have come out already that have they have similar ideas and concepts. So some stuff starts to look very similar when you start seeing one game to a next. This looks like something I've already played. But the fact that Playground is involved, I do give them credit because, again, they were known for Forza. So they mentioned this is their first open world action RPG. So yeah, and this is meant to be something where they can come out the gates. They're looking at what Lionhead did with the franchise before. So I do think it's going to turn out great. But one thing I will say, Tony, because you mentioned this when you started talking about it.
Yeah.
This game will 1000% get moved to 2027. All that stuff they said about autumn 2026. I don't see that because the thing about it is that, one thing about this entire direct, they were very clear about the Forza Horizon release date. All the other games, summer 2026, autumn, fall, etc. So that tells you that it can change. And obviously, when the fall hits, obviously Halo will be out there. Gears E-Day is another game that has to come out because this is the anniversary year of the first game. So I know they want to hit that target. But I just think some of these games are going to get delayed. This is one I can see them moving to 2027, and they'll just say, well, there are too many games out. Because think about it, if Grand Theft Auto actually comes out, some games are going to get moved to avoid that, and this is around the same window of time that this will be coming out. So I think 2027 is more likely. But overall, I think it looked pretty good. But I'm not excited for it personally. I'll check it out. Hopefully we learn more about it, but pretty good look so far, I would say.
And one of the interesting things is this game is coming out day and date on PlayStation.
Yes.
On my PlayStation?
So what do you think about that part, Carlos?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good move. I mean, if they want to make as much money as they can for this game, they have to sell it on all the consoles, especially considering that, sales for the Xbox haven't been that high. And I don't know if Fable is a PC type game that would rile up that crowd. I don't know. Could be wrong. But, selling it on PlayStation seems like the good move, the good financial move to make. And I agree with mostly what Rich said. I feel like they did a good job presenting the game. It looks like a Fable game. It looks like a Fable game in 4K. So I appreciate that they're sort of didn't deviate too much from the the remnants of the classic trilogy. So yeah, the stylized of how it's stylized of the game is pretty good. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the hate, including some of it that I had, were mostly due to the presentation of the initial trailers.
Yeah, that was
because
really
they kind of just they didn't really. I don't know. They just didn't seem right to me. But it's always good to reserve judgment for whenever the the gameplay trailers comes out, which this had a lot of, and I'm more optimistic about this game than I was previously. So they did a good job with that.
Yeah. What about the rest of you guys? Anybody excited for Fable?
Not really over here.
Yeah, same. I've never played these games, so don't really care, but glad fans are getting it. What about you, Brett? I know you like Fable.
Yeah, but this isn't Fable.
Uh-oh. What do you think it is?
I mean, it's like the equivalent of Fable fanfic. Like it's Fable inspired. It is of the lineage of Fable indirectly. It is a project made by people who have seen Fable before. I don't know. To me, I'm just like, it's cool, like, but it's you guys don't have any of the talent, any of the studio, any of the remnants. All you have is the IP, and so it's like making a fan created game, but high budget, like, which is fine. It's great, and like I do like what Fable is, and so if that's the thing that you're going for and you succeed, then chances are I'll like your game. It's just one of those, like, you make racing games, and I know that you're bringing in other people, and like I can't say shit because like Expedition 33 was looking up videos on how to make video games like on YouTube. So I mean, I'm not saying it can be done. I'm just saying there's not a part there for me to get excited about yet, right? Like it's one of those, like, okay, look, this is peanut butter and bacon, right? You're like, I don't know about that. It seems like a kind of an odd mix, right? Once you have it, you're like, oh shit, yeah, this is the best thing ever, right? But until you have, you're like, I don't know about all that. It's you have to prove it to me. So yeah, you can be like, oh, but it's Fable. Is it though? Fable's what it's going for. I think that's the best we can say.
Kuel wants to know if you even watched the video.
No, I didn't see any of this. That's why I've been kind of like staying quiet. But like overall, my sentiments on the Fable game are as spoken. And that's why I've seen previous videos of it, but yeah, that's why I responded to the question, how do you feel about Fable, not how did you feel about this video?
I think that's fair.
Get my mouth shut. Yeah, because I didn't see any of this shit today, so I'm a little behind, so my ass is ignorant, but overall of how I feel about the whole like Fable thing, like that's pretty much weird. And like again, you could show me like all the combat, cool videos and everything like that. Like, I'm pretty sure I said with Microsoft that I will believe things on launch day and not before, and I believe my stance hasn't changed. I know you want to be like, Brett's a fucking Microsoft lover, and like it's the lesser of two evils. I just hate Sony more. I have more hatred in my heart for Sony, but I can hold a lot of hatred in my heart. Right? I can hold a lot of malice, and I can hold a grudge for a very, very long time. So like, do I trust anything Microsoft is doing or showing until it like is in people's hands? No, fuck no. We specifically stated as a podcast when they lost that right. That's the Xbox tax, right? Like you've lost the faith and goodwill. You don't just get that shit back because I'm making a Fable game. Go fuck yourself. Show me something when you're done.
Yeah. By the way, Quell really seems to like the ability of buying a house, kicking out the tenant, and then taunting that person. He brought it up twice for some reason. It's
not that, like, okay, that's a bear sex situation, right? It's not the fact that people want to have sex with the bear. It's the fact that people have the option to do that weird or shitty behavior. Like one of my favorite things in DayZ was like you could force feed people, like, so like if they like went to like shock from like dehydration, you could like give them water. But that also meant like you could like force feed people bleach and black bag them and kidnap them and then make them fist fight each other to the death for the antidote. Should you do that? No. Was it amazingly hilarious? Yes. I had that done to me, and then I joined the group that was doing it, and it was fun on both sides. I'll tell you, it's having that freedom of choice, I think, is a big thing gamers want, and that was a big thing in the first Fable. So again, if Fable's what you're going for, and Fable's what you come out with, then I'm going to be happy. But there's just a lot of X factors between here and there, and I definitely am going to check out the video, and I'm excited for it. But even then, like, even if it's good, even if it's everything I'd want and everything I'd hope for, do I still trust these motherfuckers? No.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, no, does anybody? Like, I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page, and like, if anybody would be the most resistant one, it would be me.
It's not the same people making the game.
No Molyneux, no deal.
I just think about Microsoft in general.
None of their developers. It's a Microsoft studio. It's not even Lionhead. You know, like, or anybody British.
Yeah.
It's like, in a way, it's sort of a weird bait and switch. It's the IP name, but it's a bunch of other people making it, and like, I feel like, again, it could end up being a really great game, but I would feel like you should also be trepidatious about it, because it's like, okay, well, you just got a bunch of unrelated people to just make a game that's called Fable.
Yeah, I mean, and again, like, the best you can hope for is, like, I mean, you're going for the same thing, like Stargate, right? Like let's say everybody has seen one of those, sci-fi shows like a Stargate or a Star Trek or something like that, where like, hey, check it out, it's got none of the same cast or the writers or anybody, but it's technically in the same universe. That's the Next Generation or whatever. And you're like, okay, so I mean, I guess, maybe, I don't know. I'm not excited about it because it has no connection to the thing that I actually loved, other than you being like, hey, it's going to be more of that. And I don't fucking trust when anybody's just like, hey, this is going to be great, get psyched. Yeah, I think I'll decide when to get psyched. I was fucking hesitant about the hype train behind Elden Ring. Like, if I'm not going to be like 100% all in from a FromSoft game from the get-go, then you ain't going to get me excited without proof. And like, that proof honestly is going to be angry nerds on the internet. I need the game released, and I need to hear people bitching about how broken it is or how great it is, because I'm done. I'm not the first one into those trenches anymore, right? Like, the early adopter, all that shit, the shine is gone. The day, like, I used to wait outside until fucking midnight to get a fucking video game. Those days are gone. The goodwill, gone. The money, also fucking gone. Like, everything's fucking expensive now, right? I'm not just going to go out there and be the first person to just walk into the blades of a half-baked game that delivers half of what it promises. It's happened too many times. I've got the battle scars. We've all been there. Like, I'm a weirdly optimistic one, and even I'm just like, nah, bro. I'll go into early access because at least they're not fucking lying about it, right? That's like a man-eater bitch. Right, like, she's gonna break you, but at least she's gonna be honest about it, as opposed to some. I just found out covert narcissists were a thing, and I'm like, oh god, like, there are awful people that act like victims. That's doubly worse, right? So like, at least some are just gonna be like,
there's
hey,
a whole political side dedicated to that, but we're not getting to that part.
Yeah.
All right,
not much in that.
Yeah, let's move on, man.
But at least early access games are like, hey, this is what it is. So, Microsoft, go fuck yourself until you prove otherwise.
Fair enough. All right, so there it is, the developer direct. Next up, the story I really want to talk about. One of our favorite segments on Throwdown every week is the Ubisoft L, and we got a doozy for you this week. So much of a doozy that it's the second story here. Ubisoft details, quote, major company reset, cancels 6 games, delays 7, and closes 2 studios. Woo! And what are those games that's been canned is the Prince of Persia remake. So Ubisoft not only announced two remakes of Prince of Persia, also canceled 2 remakes of Prince of Persia. That's gonna be a world record. That's amazing. So let's
games are they making?
They're making The Division, I guess. And fucking
Like, how many games are they making at once? Like, that's half the fucking problem. Like you said, they canceled 6 and delayed how many?
7.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so there's 13 games right there. Are there even if every single game they had their hands on is touched on, like, you were developing 13 games? Ubisoft, we both know that you can't develop a video game. What are you doing making 13 of them?
Yeah, and then after this news, their stock dropped 33%. So crazy shit, man. So let me actually look up the games that were actually canceled here. I'm gonna read this off VGC. Ubisoft has announced that it has canceled 6 games currently in development, including its remake of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, and delayed 7 others. So here's the story. As part of a larger announcement that is conducting up whatever. This led to the decision to refocus the portfolio, blah, blah, blah. Let me get to the games. Where are the games here? It says they have discontinued 6 games. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake has been canceled. But amazingly enough, one of the games that wasn't canceled or delayed, so Beyond Good and Evil too. That's still fine. You know. Well, okay. By the way, I'm sorry. This website's doing a shitty job of listing these
Cancel what
fucking
doesn't
games.
exist, Tony.
I think it's just shovel. I think it's an idea in a guy's head. You know. All right, this thing's doing a stupid thing.
And a CG trailer.
And a CG trailer. But no, here's the thing about that, because it's funny with that Prince of Persia remake. Like, they released a version of it, a teaser version of it years ago. It looked awful. Then they released another one. We're like, oh, the awful would look better than this. It's like, damn, you're making it even worse. And they canceled that. I saw a tweet. It's like, oh, good. The prince will remain Persian, because they made him look very different, you know, for the remake. But that's not existing anymore. It is sad, because I did want to, like, can you at least remaster or HD upscale fucking Sands of Time so I can play it on my PS5 at least? Do that at least, you know, because that game is great. But yeah, this thing isn't detailing all the other games, which is interesting here. But yeah, Ubisoft taking L's. That's all. Brett, you want to talk about 1,000-man studios? They're one of those studios that have like thousands of people. So maybe that's why they thought they could get away with that, you know?
Well, I think that's kind of what I was thinking. Is like, if anything, this shows kind of the rot that is the problem right here. When you like have all the we have 13 goddamn games in development, and you haven't proven that you can nail the quality of one. I think I'm starting to see some of the problem there. Also, like, why does one company need to be like no one company needs to make 13 games? Like, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but we could go back to the publisher model where you have smaller companies who you could invest in and not have to like own them. Like, you could do business with people you don't own, right? And like, I don't know, maybe the fact that we don't have a thing where it's like a publisher who's helping finance smaller, cheaper projects, and some of those projects are like, I don't know, being risked by those smaller teams taking out, like it's a spread kind of risk, right? But instead we've consolidated all that and have one company making 13 fucking games, and then wonder why every time they have a flop, they're gonna fire 2,000 people. You consolidated all of the pain points into one spot, and then act shock fucking Pikachu when it happened. Like, it's just no.
Yeah, so
it could be 13 small studios. It could be 13 small studios.
Nope, it's just 13 games under one studio. Anyway, I found a better source. Here's the thing. Say what you will about IGN. This for articles, at least written well. Sorry, VGC. Get your shit together, bro. You got to get to the point, So let me read this from IGN. Ubisoft has announced a sweeping company restructure that will result in the cancellation of 6 games, including Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, and a delay to a further 7 titles. 2 Ubisoft studios will be closed completely as a result of the changes, while others are being subject to further layoffs. So we got a fuller picture there in one fucking paragraph. Thank you, IGN. So here's more. Of the half dozen games that have been fully scrapped, Ubisoft is only publicly naming one right now. Prince of Persia stands at the time. 3 of the canceled games were new IPs, while 1 was a mobile game. Ubisoft's core focus going forward, the company said, will be open world games and live service games. So wait. So the thing that got you into trouble, the thing that's making you a failure, you're going to double down on that. Open world games and live service shit. Ubisoft, you're in this mess because you've only focused on that. No, we're going to double down on that. Yeah, let's see how that works. This is why we don't get a fucking Splinter Cell. This is why we don't get Prince of Persia, because they haven't figured out how to monetize these games like they have Rainbow Six and The Division and whatever other fucking games they have. Assassin's Creed as well, you know? So, yeah, good on you, Ubisoft. You know, did the fucking Saudis buy this fucking company yet? Like, it's like, they deserve their fate, man. They really do. I'm getting mad. I'm getting like legitimately mad because Ubisoft was one of the best companies out there a while ago, you know, but now they're shit. Ubisoft, for real, you know? Anyway, no specific detail has been given of the 7 titles that Ubisoft has delayed either, though this number does include the unannounced game, one set for launch before March 31st. That is widely expected to be the company's Assassin's Creed Black Flag remaster. So you delayed the remaster, bro? That's rich. That is rich. Ubisoft Stockholm will fully close as a result of the changes, having previously collaborated on Avatar Frontiers of Pandora alongside mobile studios Ubisoft Halifax. So they're calling them restructurings. Like, yeah, I don't even know, man. Brian, what's your take on this shit, bro?
I just don't know what to say. I mean, when I heard the news, I was like, wait, they're making that many games and they got cancelled? Like, what is going on there? And then I heard about like the restructuring and what they plan to do. And again, as Tony said, it's all going to live service games and open world games. Just like, that's the problem with Ubisoft. So why are you doing that? And then I didn't hear news about Beyond Good and Evil 2. So I'm just like, this game has just been in development hell for, I think, now the longest. Because when was this announced? Like, which E3 was this announced in?
Was it like 2014? It was the one me and you and Chris went to, man. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, there was that. I mean, it's got to at least be 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's
the
over
fact
10
that
years
it was
ago.
announced
More than 10 years ago.
The fact that it was announced at an E3 just tells you just how insane
How
this
long
game
ago
is.
it's been.
Yeah, because E3's dead. Yes.
E3 is dead. Yeah.
It is phenomenal. So yeah, I just don't know what's going on with Ubisoft. And again, the fact that the Prince of Persia game was cancelled after announced in what, like 2020 or something.
Something like that.
It was stuck in hell for 6 years and got cancelled. I mean, it's a PS2 game. How on earth do you spend 7 years redoing a PS2 game only to cancel it?
Twice.
It's just it is amazing. Meanwhile, Expedition 33 exists with former Ubisoft employees. You know, like the jokes write themselves.
And a dog.
and a dog, yes. So it's just shock and awe. And yeah, again, as Tony and I just keep saying, like, this company won't exist in the same way in like by the end of the year. It just, like, I can see Ubisoft not existing past 2030 at this point, because it's just doing weird things, unless somehow it did what Capcom did, which is it just pulled something out of his ass and then suddenly got good again. But I highly doubt it.
Yeah. Rich, what's your take, man?
Well, first and foremost, I like a lot of what Brian had to say. I can't wait to hear what Carlos has to say, because I'm sure he will have some type of joke to add to this equation. But let me say this right now. With Ubisoft, I don't understand what's going on with the company. I don't think I mean, I will be surprised if they do make it to 2030. There was a lot of stuff that has happened, and the thing about, you guys mentioned The Division. There was news that came out last week that the guy who created The Division left Ubisoft to go to Battlefield. So, and he made this announcement came a day after where he said The Division 3 is going to be just as big as The Division 1. It's awesome. And then he leaves to go to Battlefield because he's on Battlefield now. So there's a lot going on with this company. I know, like you said, Tony, they didn't really specify some of the games that got canceled. I'm pretty sure that the crew, that they probably will be discontinuing that series.
Yeah.
If I had to make a guess. But yeah, I mean, they got the Division. Of course, there's going to be a ton of Assassin's Creed games. That's what they are going to be focused on. And of course, Far Cry. And I've also saw that Ubisoft, what they have been doing is been releasing 60 FPS patch updates to their older games because they want people to start playing the older games that they've already released.
I mean, they also did that big update to the Pandora to go with the Fire and Ash film where they put a third person mode in the Avatar game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that came out. Yeah, that came out right around the time of the movie coming out.
As the movie came out, yeah.
So clearly they are trying to get people to circle back on some of their older titles. But that report sounds like they have absolutely nothing coming out this year, because if they're talking about 2027, and I do think it is hilarious that the Black Flag game got delayed, pushed out to 2027, because that game was supposed to come out this year. So very interesting developments, but a lot of chaos happening with this company. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's amazing. Let's see how long they last, because what do they have now? They have nothing, but we'll see. All right, speaking about release dates, what's up? If anybody wants to say anything about Ubisoft,
just real quick, like everyone mentioned, I don't know how the hell they're going to sustain themselves for another half decade. We've seen daily Ubisoft L's for the past year, and I'm pretty sure it's been going on for longer. I mean, it all happened. It all happened with Watch Dogs, man. That failure, and then after that, the Division, even though it was kind of a success, for me it was a failure. So I'll count that. Then Harambe, and then they just, I don't know, man. Pretty soon they're gonna be his name is Dragon. He likes to play with dragons. They're gonna buy them up, man. I'm pretty sure, because who else is gonna buy them?
They're gonna quit the industry.
Oh yeah, they're gonna sign up and gonna quit the industry. Oh god.
Yep, the Saudis are coming if they haven't already taken over your company. It's crazy. All right, moving on here. Speaking about release dates for a game that may possibly bomb. A Marathon. It's actually coming. March 5th. Coming PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. So pre-orders are live now. And I think there's some bonuses here and there. I know the answer, but I'm going to answer it anyway. Does anybody on this podcast give a fuck about this game?
No. It'd be more interesting if it was made to be more like the classic Marathon, but
yeah, but nobody remembers that game. That's the problem. They're
nobody remembers that game.
We have this IP. Let's use it.
Well, the thing about it is because they never did anything to push it. Like if they put out a game that game was on the level of a Halo back in the day. So why don't you fucking do a Halo? Like, why didn't they do that? They literally are just making a fucking hero shooter or whatever the fuck it is.
Because that's what's hot right now.
That was hot years ago.
Yeah. Well, to that, you're right. That's what they think is hot right now. It's like, no, that was hot years ago, bro.
That was hot years ago. I mean, if a certain the failure of a certain other game wasn't the sign, but obviously, my guess is the situation. They are like, oh well, we need to release something because we spent so fucking long on this goddamn game.
Yeah. So here's what's in the collector's edition. It has the game code, because you don't get a game with a collector's edition. You know how that goes. You get a
Yeah, that's what they do now. They do now, huh?
yeah 1/6 scale replica of one of the characters, has LED lights. There's
Yeah, the
a
robot.
miniature, an iron-on embroidered patch, 6 postcards, hexagon packaging with a lenticular poster, display box, a bunch of other shit, DLC.
They shouldn't have wasted their time on this collector's edition.
Who's gonna buy this shit? No one cares.
Who is going to buy this shit? Like, seriously, there is no fan base behind this game. Like, I could say again, like
They're trying to build
simple.
hype. That's what it is.
They're trying to build, like, not even friggin' what's that game got it? The one they canceled. Did they have some sort of crazy collector's edition that came with an overly expensive statue?
Which one?
The one they canceled, the one they just killed a few years ago.
Oh, Concord, your favorite game?
So, yeah, my favorite game, Concord. That didn't have anything either, did it?
Not that I. Who
Because
knows?
they knew.
Maybe they did.
I don't remember them having a statue and all that other shit. Like, they're assuming that this would be something that fans would be interested.
Not only that,
in.
Manny, you saw they have a special edition PS5 controller and headset too. They're going all in with this.
They're
shit.
going all in. They shouldn't have wasted their time. They shouldn't have wasted the time on it. I guess if you want to do a collector's edition, you do something small, but like, you know, a statue and all this other garbage, I ain't gonna do nothing. Nobody's gonna buy it because, again, like you said, nobody's really familiar with Marathon.
Nobody knows Marathon. I thought it was a new IP. I've never heard of Marathon. You know?
No, I mean, I've been saying this for years. Like, you know, when I heard that Bungie was going to be on their own, I'm like, oh shit, they're probably, this is before Destiny was going to come out. I'm like, oh, maybe they'll resurrect Marathon because makes sense. They have an IP already that is somewhat a familiar name. Why not do that? Right?
Well, they did.
But okay.
They did.
Yeah, they did. And it's like, it doesn't even resemble remotely whatever that original game was. So.
No, it didn't.
So
stop the bullshit. Concord did not have interesting looking characters. The characters were fucking dumb and bland and unmemorable.
Concord didn't. Concord had characters. I mean, I wouldn't say that they were the best of characters.
You saying they're? Yeah, I mean, they were. You know what? In a certain perspective, they were interesting looking. Sure, we could go with that.
They were shapes. I mean, Yeah, but then you can look at a game then you can go look at a couple of other games on the market that had much more interesting characters.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you have a bunch of robots shooting each other. That's what this game looks like.
Yeah. What's up, Carlos?
Rich said that I was going to bring up a joke, but it wasn't on the last topic. It's on this one.
Uh-oh.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a marathon to make a profit for Bungie. Here's the thing. I as much as I'm not interested in this game, I don't know, man. I don't know about whether this game is going to do good or not because, there's always an Arc Raiders, there's always an Apex Legends that come out of nowhere, and you're like, oh damn. Of freaking what's it called, the PlayStation one that came out like 2-3 years ago. That was the 2
Helldivers, right?
Helldivers, yeah, like that came out, and Bungie, to all their faults, and trust me, I've been there since day 3 when Destiny came out. I was the original hater on Destiny. I was the only one. I felt I was on an island by myself, looking for someone. It was just me and Wilson. Looking at no one in talking shit about Destiny. But I can't deny that their track record of making games that sell or at least do pretty decent is pretty good. So we'll see. Again, none of us in the panel are interested, and I don't think anyone there was nothing they could do to make us interested. So it's a tough road for them, for our type of crowd, but I don't know, man. I don't know when it comes to the casuals and the masses with these types of games. Sometimes you hit.
Yeah, we'll see. By the way, I just remembered I am wrong because I said this game was going to get canceled. No, it's actually coming out. So your boy was wrong about that. I can admit it. But the question is, will it actually finish the marathon, or will it stumble?
will it stumble? Will stumble? I don't know. I mean, like, who knows? I'm sure they probably spent more money on it than they probably should have to try to get this thing. Not to mention the scandal that is still in the air about the art, a lot of the art being stolen from an artist. So they essentially not only knocked off that artist's style, number one. Number two, they essentially used their work inside of the game without their permission.
Yep.
Number three, the art director in question left Bungie. And by the way, he was interviewed by somebody, and they did not think to ask anything about that.
That may have been like a condition of the interview, like, oh, don't ask about that.
Yeah, like I saw this thing. It's like, oh yeah, they're trying to get a hitch on all the marathon talk. Like, oh, I recently did a talk with former blah 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 of Bungie, and then the first thing somebody asks them, hey, did you ask them directly ask them about the plagiarism shit? And they're like, oh, I didn't think to ask them that. You didn't think to ask them that?
No, they knew to ask that. They was probably told beforehand, don't ask about that.
No, I'm sure they were told no, we will not be talking about the plagiarism scandal on this game. That's what really the real thing.
Yeah.
I'll be on your show just as long as you don't talk about that.
It's amazing. All right, so yeah, March 5th, I'll be here sooner than later, so we'll see if this is the next Concord or not. Go ahead, Rich.
I would like to make a bold prediction, and this will probably fall flat, but I'm going to say it anyway. Obviously, Bungie has a fan base, so the game will probably have some attention, but I'm going to say right now, by the end of March, I don't think a lot of people are going to be playing this game because the decision to release it. Oh yeah, that's great. That was great. That's great. But the decision to release this in March, there is way too many games coming out in March, and I don't think, obviously, this is why I think Sony just said, let's just get this game out of here and we can move on to some other stuff. But there's way too many games coming out, not the same type of game, but too many games that people are interested in. That's why I want to see how it does. But I don't think a lot of people are going to be checking this out by the end of March. No, they're going to be playing a lot of other stuff. We'll see what happens.
Yep. Like you always say, it'll be interesting. But yeah, no, because you're right. The Destiny faithful will be coming. Like, shout out to Dio, our boy Dio in the Discord. He is I'm not going to say he's hyped, but he is looking forward to playing this game because he is a Destiny guy, he makes no bones about that. So I'm pretty sure there's some other people.
It's an interesting thing because it's like, I don't, faith is an interesting thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like,
by the way, Dio also still continues reading Marvel and DC comics too, which is pretty interesting too.
Again, faith is a very interesting thing. The safe road is a very interesting thing. I don't to me, honest, like every single studio gets a reset button. Whenever it comes to me, and it comes to their franchises or the things that they make, because it's like I don't believe in, oh hey, it's these guys, it's this company, they make games that I liked, maybe I'll like this one. I don't accept any of that. You get the recent, if you go off the beaten path, if Resident Evil, the Resident Evil studio, Capcom goes off and makes their new game, they don't get a pass because they're fucking Capcom. That game will be judged on a separate level than Resident Evil or Street Fighter or any of those other things. And it's an interesting thing to see that people just like, I'm not accusing Dio or anything, but he's his own man.
Of course.
But, it's interesting how people just blindly support things just because it has a familiar name that they recognize.
Listen, we can also say that about somebody on this podcast who's not on tonight, and he's related to you. I'll say that, like, hey, I know this thing. I'll keep watching it. Go ahead, Carlos.
I will kind of disagree a little bit with Manny. here's the thing. I mean, it's not the same game that they make, but it is a Bungie shooter game. Like it's like they did Marathon, they did Halo, then they did Destiny,
they're not
and then now they're doing another shooter game.
They're not making a third-person action adventure game, so it's not that far off the beaten path. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, like you're right, Carlos. Like you're guaranteed really good shooting mechanics. That's the part they're not gonna fuck up. You know.
Yeah, so we'll see. Like it might be a bad game, but like it's like for example, there's a lot of creators or a lot of studios that have people that stay like the CD Projekt Red had a lot of folks that were into Cyberpunk that were Witcher fans, and they had no clue what they were getting themselves into. But they love CD Projekt Red, and it's just those people that love Bungie for some reason, in the year of our Lord 2026. But every time there's a Destiny 2 DLC, there's always people that jump on it.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. Again, the homie Dio is still playing Destiny, which is amazing to me. But I also kind of respect it too in some way. But
there's a point where certain games become a comfort game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like those, like there's some people like I feel like I mean, I'm not a World of Warcraft person, but I know that some of those games have become like that for people, where they have friends on there, they have a whole thing, they sit on there and they talk and they shoot up a couple of things. I understand that sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I moved this story up the chain here because it's kind of related to me about release dates. Did you know Highguard is coming out in 4 days?
Yes. Yes.
I don't think they know.
I don't think they know either. It's like, oh shit, Jeff Keighley just tweeted this. Do we have this game ready?
It was the following game on the Game Awards, and it had a date, and everybody's been saying like on the net, they're like, hey, listen, this game is coming out incredibly soon. How come there's no advertisement for it? They're not even talking about it. The joke was they haven't tweeted about it or sent any social media stuff about it since the Game Awards came out. That trailer showed up on the Game Awards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 4 days. You're not hearing shit about this thing. You heard more about fucking Marathon than you have this game.
Yeah, you're like you guys, you got a game coming along really simple. That was the whole deal, right? When it showed up on there and they're like, oh yeah, and it's coming out like the beginning of the year. So is that the only thing you had? Is
It's crazy.
I saw a couple people are like, the sort of people are just like, oh, I don't know why you people are wanting this to fail. It's like, it's not that your people are wanting it to fail. It's like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I get it. There's quite a bit of things that people weren't very happy with it. But at the same time, it's like, there's nothing to judge. You just they just flashed a bunch of gameplay at you and threw a date at you. And you're like, you're supposed, is that the thing that's going to make you incredibly excited? That seems a little bit delusional.
Yeah, go ahead, Brett.
I do want it to fail. Like,
You do want it to fail. Damn.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I'm that guy. I'd be like, fuck you. I hope this burns to the ground around your ears. Because you know what? I'm done. I'm sick of rewarding mediocrity. Maybe it's just me a thing. Like, I've just come to the decision in my life where, I don't think I fucking care about the difference between malice and willful incompetence anymore. Like, I don't, because it's either way, you're burning the fucking village down. Like, do I care if you're doing it because you're stupid or if you're evil? Like, no, I don't, because it's usually a combination of both. And I know the old axiom of like, never attribute to malice what can be, shown with incompetence.
Stupidity,
yeah, but like, you know what? It's the same goddamn. It's just a sock puppet on a different fucking hand, and I'm sick of pretending that it's any goddamn different, right? Like because people fail upwards because it works, and they don't ever start giving a shit because nobody ever makes them start giving a shit. So I'm at the point where I'm like, yeah, you know what? I hope your mediocrity fails. I hope it fails so hard that the echo from its rebound deafens your followers. That everybody running in the tracks that you have worn smooth falls to their knees in anguish at what has become of you. I want you to be a warning tale, not to the death, to the pain. Fail so spectacularly that you ward off any followers because I'm sick of this shit.
That is, Brett, I think you've officially turned into Sauron. It sounds like a wizard's curse. Like, yes, I hope the ground will swell and you sink into your own filth.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at.
That's funny, man.
May the universe show you all the grace and generosity that you've shown your client base.
Yeah, no, but even like, the guys in the Discord, no one's talking about this game.
Nobody's talking about it.
Because they don't know it's coming.
They don't know it's coming.
That's worse. Like, right? Like, me being like, fuck your game. Like, at least I want people to notice your failure. The grim truth of this is that nobody's going to hear your whimpering death in the darkness.
Nobody
you will
cares.
leave no legacy and you will leave no memory. You will fail so quietly and so completely that people won't even remember your trials. And that is true apathy.
Oh.
That is the name of failure. Not even a collective gasp. Not even a, oh no, you will die and rot alone and unknown.
You know, if you think, when you think about it, right? The true thing of like true failure is not people, a bunch of people complaining. True failure is just no one reacting.
Indifference. Yeah, you're right.
Indifference, where it just pours out onto the street and just goes down the drain. Like nobody even thinks about it.
That's heavy right there, man. That's heavy shit. But yeah, we'll see in 4 days what happens to this fucking game, bro. Oh man.
Pull through.
Yeah. All right, man. And the last story of the night. This one's another doozy. The Witcher 4, and this is a report, so take it how you will. The Witcher 4 development and marketing will cost over $800 million.
What?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm gonna ask a real question, and I might be dating myself here, but also I'm not really part of that side of the internet. Okay, so like, I'm pretty sure we all remember like when everybody was. I'm pretty sure people just like took the assets from the Witcher games and started like making porn or some shit with that. Like, I think that happened before the Overwatch shit, didn't it? I mean, I don't know if anybody knows about any of that, but like, my point is, bro, you have horny volunteers making videos with your asset. Like once the assets are made, like what are y'all doing that costs $800 million that a pervert in their basement? Like, I realize that it's not, the same quality, but like, and it's kind of the way I feel about like modders sometimes. Like Elder Scrolls won't be able to get its shit together, but somebody will patch that game so that they can put a nudity mod into it. They will stabilize the game so that they can put topless mod into it. It can be a janky piece of shit, and they will fix it to make it dirty.
Brett, so I had to look this up to see how much The Witcher 3 its budget and marketing was. I'm not exaggerating. It is 10 times less than this. It was $81 million.
So, like, what is the development? Like, the rest is development.
It's I don't know how it's distributed, but it's between development and marketing.
Yeah, and you said the marketing is only 80.
No. Okay, The Witcher 3, its budget and marketing was $81 million. Witcher 4 is $800 million, 10 times more.
You know what the difference is?
Idiots in charge, pissing money
Market
away.
conditions.
The company that made The Witcher 3 was not publicly traded.
Yeah, man. By the way, remember when we were amazed when Destiny was 500 million, but development and fucking budget? This shit just blew it out the water.
What naive children we were.
Wow. I mean, granted,
Wait
I think
until we get those GTA 6 numbers.
well, from what those reports saying it's $1 billion for that one.
Really?
Money anymore.
So, yeah, and my thing is, I'm gonna make a wild prediction here.
No.
I'm pretty sure The Witcher 4 will not be nearly as good as The Witcher 3 or as beloved as The Witcher 3, even though it costs 10 times more to make and market. Just throwing that out there.
I also predict the game will be broken as fuck when it first comes out.
Yep.
And
It's an
it will
Unreal
take-
game.
and it will
10
take
times
5
as
years
broken.
it'll be 10 times as broken, and it'll also be it'll take them 5 years of them getting ridiculed before the game is as solid again.
Okay,
That's
serious
the
question.
CD Projekt way.
Yeah.
Is Todd Howard contagious?
Why you think he infected this game?
It feels like there's like a wave of Todd Howardism hitting the game industry right now. There's sort of like, oh yeah, it'll work. Everything will click. It'll be great. And then none of that happens. Like if Todd Howard bites somebody, do they start making broken games to deliver to?
Yeah. So
It's like a
right here.
Like a
Yeah, go ahead.
Togi.
Oh, you're breaking up, Brett.
I just wonder what kind of. I think Todd Howard's a cryptid. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough. So, according to this report, so 388 million is for the actual development, and the rest is marketing. So, fucking insane.
That makes sense. I mean,
so they're gonna have a bunch of crossover items like Resident Evil. Which are gonna be driving like a Fiat or something.
Damn.
You're gonna have a bunch of fancy watches in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the game that's being replaced by the old Witcher devs. How many people are making that game? And what is the budget on that? I wonder.
Oh, I have no idea.
Because this is where the fun stuff starts to come in. When we can track direct companies like Expedition 33, I think, kicked something off for it. Like we can now track these guys making breakout hits, leaving, reforming studios, and then kicking the shit out of their former employers, just beating the brakes off them. And I'm here for it. 100%. I like this.
Yeah, we just got to get the numbers for that other studio, but this is wild, bro. That is a exorbitant budget right there for a game that is probably going to get. It's not going to be as beloved. I'm going to guarantee that. It's already getting a bunch of hate, so I doubt it's going to sell.
That.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's going to get housed by its own protege. This is going to be Kronos and Zeus, right? Like the game that the ex-Witcher developers are making is going to be more successful than The Witcher 4. I'm making that call.
Okay, yeah, that'll be interesting with it. Manny, the hate is because they got rid of Geralt, and then the developers are calling fans bigots because they don't accept Ciri. That's why. The usual.
Gaming.
Oh man, because that always works. Ridiculing your fans. But yeah. By the way, I think you're muted, Manny.
Essentially, antagonizing or whatever your fan base.
Because that always works.
Every
Every time.
I feel like again, like a lot of these people just need to really just shut up and let people. What is it? You let it be what it is, right?
Yeah.
In other words, throw it out there. Don't even say fucking anything. But now everybody has to be told, has to answer the criticism. No, you don't. What you can do is just throw the damn game out and be like, we hope you like it.
Yeah,
That's
no,
it.
They
That's
don't
all
do that
you need
anymore.
to say because no matter how many things that you throw in your game, no matter how things you think you're going to, how great you think what you're doing in a game is, it still will be judged by the public, and the public is who makes a success, not you.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you convince.
I'm sorry,
Like do the thing.
you could have all. We've seen it. We like you could have all the cards in the deck. You like, oh man, we're a multi-billion dollars. We got all the best developers here, and then they still can't get their shit together to put out a solid game. So it takes we saw it with their own studio. They put out a game. They put out a unfinished title. It on the effect of the idea that they're going to be do rolling updates to get the damn game stable. And then eventually it started, became the bee's knees. But how long did that take?
Yeah.
Again, there is no such thing as sure success, no matter what company you work for. Even if you have all the cards in the deck.
I have a prediction.
Uh-oh.
I feel like this game is going to sell really well.
Initially, yeah, I think so. Initially. But not as much as the last game, I think.
Cyberpunk or Witcher 3?
Witcher 3.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, the Witcher 3 sold like, what, 60 million?
Something like that, yeah.
It's safe to say this will probably not do that. The reason why, CD Projekt Red, hate them or love them, they have a good track record of selling games, at least the last two, like ridiculously well.
Which ones? The ones that still work there, or the ones that are now their competition?
Wait, what?
Which?
Sorry, I didn't understand your question.
Like, okay, so like when you say like, oh, they those people that you're talking about that made those games, those are not the people at CD Projekt Red anymore. Those are the people now competing with CD Projekt Red. So like,
I don't know their turnover of.
Most of the people who made The Witcher 3 left and they're making a new game. So the people making Witcher 4 are not the people who made Witcher 3. The people who made Witcher 3 are the people who are going to be competing with the people who made Witcher 4, which is a weird place to be in.
I don't know. I honestly do not know, what people are making what. I just know that the overall company. So yeah, you might be right. It might be some people that don't know what they're doing. It's possible. So
about the Fable situation. Sorry, I'm done.
Well, that's a completely different studio altogether, but we'll see. Still, my prediction, even with that, I still think it's going to sell well. The reason why, one of the major reasons why, is because they're going to release this game in 2027. That's another prediction. They're going to release this maybe halfway or somewhere early 2027. And people are going to double dip in this when the new consoles come out.
Oh, shit. And that's going to happen.
Yeah, they're gonna push this.
All right, go ahead.
Matey's like, no, you're wrong.
No, I mean like 2027, man. Like they barely showed
the game. Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
they barely showed. Like they only had like an engine demo, like only like a half a year ago.
Yeah, when does this fucking game start developing? Let me look that up. But I don't think that this hasn't been developing for like 4 years now or some shit like that.
I mean, unless they got some sort of magic, unless they just to do like World War II, they just have mass amounts of people to throw at it.
They could.
I mean, maybe that's where the number's coming from. They just have a billion people just working on this fucking game.
And also keep note that they're also doing a remaster of The Witcher 1 somehow.
Yeah. Brian, what are your thoughts, bro? Because I know you're a big Witcher guy.
Ever since they announced who the character was, I was like, okay, that's fine. But then they announced that she's a Witcher, and I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Breaking the lore.
Simple as. Yeah. Again, Ciri is a great character all on her own, and she has amazing powers all on her own. Again, you play The Witcher 3, you would know that. So the fact that they're just going to make her into a Witcher for some reason, it's like, why? Just make her not a Witcher. Have her just... Again, Ciri is already OP in the universe as is. So why do you want to make her a Witcher? I don't understand. You know,
know why.
I know why.
You know why.
I know why, but...
But
it's a sense of...
This badass detective is also a crossing guard.
It's like saying that Batman also is it's a cashier at Walmart. It's like, yeah, but he's also Batman. Like, being Batman's way more cooler than anything else. So, yeah. So I seen that. I'm like, okay, this is not targeted at people like me. So I'll ignore it. Again, I'm with Carlos here. The game will sell because it has The Witcher on it. But honestly, I weirdly don't care about this game, which is really annoying because I love the concept of it. It's like, okay, a new game set in the Witcher universe, you play a Ciri, great. Just don't make her a Witcher. It's not that difficult.
They just officially they can't actually use the name Witcher though, because she's not a Witcher. See.
Well, she is now.
Yeah, she is now.
Yeah. So
maybe she's going to get the powers of Grayskull.
Oh God! Don't him, man. You mean? Rich, what's your thoughts, bro, on The Witcher 4 and this insane budget and anything else about the game?
I think that budget is definitely insane. I disagree with what Carlos said. This game is coming out in 28 at the earliest, maybe 29. You know, depending on. But 2027, I don't know about that because I know initially they said fall 2027. So you have to take what they said and add an additional 6 to 12 months to whatever it is that they said. So as for this game, I mean, I am intrigued, but if I'm honest, I'm more curious about what's next for Cyberpunk. I don't really care that much about The Witcher, although Witcher 3 is good. Witcher 2, yeah. So I am curious enough to try it out and check it out. But I do want to see where they go with Cyberpunk because I did enjoy the Phantom City. I did enjoy that a lot. So we'll see what happens.
You know, one thing I did find interesting about CD Projekt Red, and they don't talk this we didn't talk about this, but the GOG actually split off onto its own company.
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting thing. It just says, hey, you know, we're just gonna, you know, the original creator of creator just said, you know what, I want to buy it, boom, and just took that part off. Very interesting.
Yeah,
it feels like the team shotgunned in different directions, which I find suspicious.
Why do you find it suspicious?
Well, when you have somebody that makes like a breakout series like that, and none of the original creators have really stayed together, like it's all been parsed and divided. It feels like a divorce or a band breaking up, which is indicative of egos, personalities not getting along. It's not a great vibe.
Well, I mean, after what happened, all the awful stories that came out of during the making of Cyberpunk, people forgot all those lovely stories about people getting overworked and all that other stuff. And they had that mentality, oh, well, we'll make it work. I think quite a bit of people got forced out of the company because of that behavior. So I don't think anybody,
public.
Was that? Yeah, it's also when they went public too. So they were not only, it's not only that, that's that side of it where it's it's, I think it's quite a bit of things. I think, again, I agree with a lot of the sentiment here is that it's I don't think a lot of the people that made those games that you enjoyed are actually there anymore.
Yeah, I think the thing. I think the thing that I've noticed is it's all kind of the same thing. The Witcher 3 really, hit success, and they opened the company public, which seem to drastically change its interior culture, and there seemed to be a rift that some people were like, I do not like this. Usually, probably the creative people were like, I hate this and everything about this. And then the bean counters, and but that seemed to have divided the company. And what my fear is that the people that are left are the bean counters and the managers, and the people that left are the ones that were like the soul of the project. And that's kind of reinforced by the fact that, like, they're not just breaking canon, they're going contrary to canon, which, I don't know, to me just shows a fundamental disrespect for the source material that is borderline unforgivable. I'm with Henry Cavill on that one. Like, fuck you guys and what you did to this. Like, not cool. Like, you could have just not done anything. And, you know, and maybe I'm just still salty about the Wheel of Time, but, like, you could have just not done anything instead of delivering this hot abortion. Like, this feels like the fucking part in Full Metal where they're trying to bring the mother back. Like, what have you done? Why have you done this? Kill it now with fire and never speak of this again.
That's funny. Yeah. All right. So there it is, man. That's the show. Another good one. Start wrapping up here. Rich, what's coming up on the Coalition this weekend?
Well, first and foremost, let me give a shout out to Mr. Adam Vale, the TV terminal. They are continuing to review several shows such as Spartacus, which is actually a very good show. So make sure you check out their channel as well as the Coalition as well. As for the Coalition this weekend, there probably won't be much getting posted. What I can say is that I am actually playing a couple of different things I can't talk about yet, but I will be able to talk about it in the future. So I would encourage you to stay tuned. Stay tuned to the website as well as the Coalition Gaming channel, because there's going to be a lot of stuff going up when I can actually, when I'm actually able to talk about it. But stay tuned. Some stuff definitely in the works.
All right, man. You got anything?
Yes, I certainly do. So, coming out really soon is the TMNT Battle Nexus. Right now, Battle Nexus number 4 is out. Battle Nexus number 5 has got the really cool cover by Kari Randolph and myself, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003 versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012, which are drawn by us, who are original people who worked on the 03 show, and the director of the 2012 show, so who drew that on the other side. So cool, like I can't remember what they call it, crossover cover, but we did. So yeah, that's going to be coming out next month. Oh, excuse me, maybe March. I think it's set for March. It's going to be out in March. Then what we got next is Blood and Thunder. Whatever number of it, I can't exactly remember. We did those covers so long ago, but it's covers by Kari Randolph and myself. Also, just recently, if you've paid attention to the recent trailer for Invincible, you might notice a character called Tech Jacket.
Yes.
Yes. Kari and I also worked on a Tech Jacket series for, I guess it's 10 years ago right now. So, yeah, there's a really cool omnibus that just got released with every single issue of Tech Jacket. So the first part by Robert and Robert Kirkman and EJ, and then the rest of it by Kari Randolph and myself on art, and Joe Keatage, the writer. So you have this really big cool omnibus that's out right now. A lot of good. If you're hopefully the Tech Jacket showing up in the series will get a little bit more interest on the actual books. So yeah, that's all out right now too.
Yeah. Well, if you want that stuff, just follow Manny on Twitter. You could find links to all that stuff. He wanted me to post links in the description, but I'm like, Manny posts that stuff already.
I mean, you can just go to Skype. You can just go to Skybound or Image and look for Tech Jacket omnibus. And that should be that. And for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you can just go to IDW, you can actually go to or make an order at your local comic book store. Either way on those, so it's both of the Blood and Thunder and Tech Jacket or Skybound. So you can get a lot of cool stuff from Skybound's direct site and Amazon. So they're all over the place.
Good stuff. All right, man. We're done here. So make sure you follow Throwdown on Twitch and Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube. Join the Discord. And follow us on your favorite podcast app. Links to everything down below. Once again, I was your host, Tony Polanco. And tonight, I was joined by Emilio Lopez.
See you next time. Also, it is the 9th anniversary of Gravity Rush.
Hey, let's go.
So yeah, Gravity Rush 2. So yeah, it's on sale. There's a really big cool sale on PlayStation right now where you can get all the 2 Gravity Rush games and a bunch of other really cool stuff for like 50% off. So
nice.
Play it.
Carlos Romero.
Stay safe, America.
Go to Florida. It's going to be 85 degrees. They're the only ones, man. Brett Murdoch.
Deuces.
Richard Bailey Jr.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
And Brian Manjoma.
Later, peoples.
All right, guys, we'll be back on Sunday. And yes, indeed, stay safe. America, it's going to be brutal. Later.
Peace.
This is
Laters.